Welcome back to Near Dark Podcast, episode 32, and this Halloween episode where we are gonna talk a little bit about 1982's Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, the quote-unquote black sheep of the franchise. And today we are only three in the crew because Stagger has some personal issues right now, and Oggy is probably, well, I hope he's alive because he went out to the pubs and drank last night, so he probably has a pretty bad hangover. But besides that, I got Angel and Zombie here. How are you doing, Angel? You didn't feel too well earlier.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I almost overslept. Like, I didn't connect that my alarm was going off, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't. Wait, shit! It's like you know, where it's like your heart is beating so fast, it's just like it makes you feel sick.
Yeah.
That happened. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. I know the feeling. Been there.
Yeah. So I've been up for like an hour and it's better, but Jesus Christ. What about you, Zombie?
I'm a bit mentally tired, I would say, but otherwise I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you've been busy this weekend. We were supposed to record last night, but
Yeah, I had like a little get together, a little cafe for a LGBTQ plus group that we're barely holding together.
Oh.
And that was kind of a shit show with planning and all that, because we are a group of shit people at planning, basically. But
Okay.
and that tired me out a bit, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm currently a bit tired. But it was nice.
Well, that sounds
How
good.
about the rest?
What did you say now?
How about the rest of the people, aka you?
Okay, yeah, well, I've been pretty stressed out lately as well. I got a lot of things going on right now, and there's been a couple of things happening around me lately, so I've been pretty sleep deprived for the last like 3 weeks. Sort of like Walking Dead at the moment. But besides that, it's okay, I guess. Do we have any recently seen to speak of? I know I got a couple of things. I've been watching a shit ton of things, but since I've been so stressed out, I'm barely remember what I've been watching lately. But do you guys have anything you wanna reveal us with?
I have two that's kinda recently seen,
Yeah, okay.
which is Would You Rather and A Quiet Place.
I got a Quiet Place on Blu-ray, but I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. Is it any good?
It's got a great concept, I think, both of them, and it's not too bad, at least what I personally think of the movie, considering you don't realize how much noise you make on a regular basis and how hard it is to be totally quiet all the freaking time. And that puts a different kind of tension, I would say, in the movie than other horror-related movies.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. And the other movie, Would You Rather, again, good concept, but I expected more from it than it actually did. Because I maybe went in with the wrong mentality because putting people through things they don't want to, I immediately went to Jigsaw and thought of all the things he does.
Oh, the
But
torture porn subgenre.
yeah, and it greatly lacked of that because it was very few things and it didn't really show much of it. And it was over before you knew it, so...
Was it kind of a slow burner or...
I wouldn't say it's a slow burn, it's just lack of things happening in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, a guy gets whipped for like 20 minutes, and like that's supposed to be the
No,
torture.
that's hot.
Well, not if it's with a stick.
Or is it even hotter?
But what's the plot of Would You Rather? I haven't heard about that one.
It's a millionaire guy that gathers a lot of people to his house for like a game and dinner because the winner gets like a lot of money and like help that they need. So they're all pretty desperate people. And then they start playing a game of Would You Rather, and basically it's like, would you rather like have an electric shock to your head, or would you rather give it to the person next to you? And stuff like that.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like it weren't really creative in the way it went with that.
With the Saw franchise.
Yeah, they should have went more like gruesome in that point, but it was like you either join or you die. Well, you
It's
die
kinda-
anyways.
In my opinion, it's kind of like they care a little bit too much about each other.
Yeah,
They aren't going full out gore on it. They're just kind of like they are holding back.
yeah.
So you've seen it as well, Angel?
I've seen it 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
From what year is it?
2000 something. I think 7.
It's
Oh.
from
I thought it was like from 2018 or something, but okay.
No, 2012.
2012. Okay.
It was released in the US to early 2013.
Okay.
yeah, it's on Netflix for people who want to watch it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of it, so. But okay, that sounds like something you can just, sit there.
It's a killing time kind of movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a decent time waster, basically.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nothing to run your legs off.
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. Angel, do you have anything you've seen?
Yeah, I've watched a few movies.
Hmm?
And I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last episode, but I watched Overlord.
I don't think you mentioned that. What?
No, okay, we probably talked about it privately though.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
So, I know you invited me to go watch this at the theater, but I was like, war,
Yeah.
Nazis, not my thing. And then you said like, hey, it's pretty good, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll watch it later. And then I watched a review of it,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is interesting. To not like throw away the plot or anything, it caught my interest, and I had to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the first like 30 minutes too much war and shit for me. But when it comes into the plot and everything, it's really good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's like 6, 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, especially
rating.
for being me.
Yeah.
Then I watched a Netflix movie. Oh, surprise, Netflix. In the Tall Grass. It's based on Stephen King's novel by the same name.
Okay.
I believe it's the same name. It might just be Tallgrass.
Mm.
Let me see. Yeah, no, it's by the same novel. It's pretty much about tall grass that it's evil. Ooh.
Wait a second. It's tall grass that's evil.
Yes. Just it's Stephen King.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. But, okay, yeah, well, yeah, it's Stephen King. Yeah.
So the plot is pretty much his brother and the sister going cross country to a family that is gonna adopt the sister's unborn child. And they stop by the road because she's getting car sick. This is pretty much just what it says on the back of the movie.
Yeah.
And they hear a voice in the grass, and they go in, and that's about it, without spoiling anything. This is not a good time waster. The novel is probably better, but as you get into the movie, you start to understand what's going on. It took me about 2 days to realize what the fuck was going on. After I had watched the movie, and then I watched a review of the movie, Ending Explain, by Foundflix on Netflix. No, Foundflix on YouTube. I really recommend him. He's great. And I was like, okay, so this is the thing that's going on. Because again, it's Stephen King.
So I think that's the thing with Stephen King, that many of his books are better off as books rather than movies. Sure, there are some exceptions to this, like It, Carrie, Green Mile, and whatnot.
Definitely.
The Shining.
Yeah,
The Night Fire. The Thing.
Or is that not him?
No. That's I can't remember what the author's name is, but that's a very, very old short story from the 1920s, I think.
Okay, never mind then. But again, it still stands that some exceptions are, but most of his books better stay books.
Yeah.
The novella of The Thing is by John V. W. Campbell Jr.
Yeah.
What are you, Google?
Yes.
And the novel is called Who Goes There?
Yeah. I'm all-knowing. I have a few more.
But in the tall grass is basically a head scratcher, don't?
Pretty much, yeah. You might have to watch it 2 or 3 times if you don't want to watch a review where someone explains it to you.
Okay. I just want to put something in about Overlord. For those who haven't seen it, it's basically the closest we will probably get to a Wolfenstein live-action movie.
Yeah.
So if you're into the newer Wolfenstein games, you probably like the movie as well if you haven't seen it. And I also give it a thumbs up. It's really good.
Yeah.
What else have you watched in your...
Rewatched the 3 first Terminators. I mean, holy shit, a naked arm. Yes! And we too watched the new Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator Dark Fate. What do you think about that one?
Like you said, the action was good, but the dialogue was a bit forced.
Yeah.
It was good seeing Arnie in...
It felt a bit constipated at times. I was my eyeballs almost got stuck up in my head because I was,
it was a lot of the conversations was very, very forced. And it's we have seen this so many times. Yes.
The biggest problem I had with the movie were that they got this fucking virtue signaling bullshit in there, and they were like, But well, first of all, I love strong female characters in both horror and action movies.
Yeah.
Like Linda Hamilton in the second Terminator movie, and she's also in this new one as well as the same character, and she's fucking badass. I loved her in this movie. But when a female character is basically acting like, or like she's written in a way that she basically could just stop right in an action scene, turn her face to the camera and say like, I'm an independent and strong woman and I don't need any help from any man. I mean,
Strong, independent woman that need no man.
yeah, exactly. If you want to do a strong female character, do her, or write her in the way that makes her strong in her, in the things she's do, in the movie or series or whatever. Not through what she says. I don't give a shit what she says. I want to see her do badass things.
No, yeah, I do agree. Like, I gotta say like this. I'm a feminist and everything, but the thing, what movies are doing, they are trying to adopt this feminist thing to appeal to more people, to like, hey, we're also feminists. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
You're not doing the right thing.
They should concentrate on the fan base. Give the fan base what they want in the first place, and then add more things to it.
Something like I want to compare is like they use Sarah Connor, and like I like that they reuse her. Like she's older, she looks ragged and everything. That's like yes.
Yeah, she's battle hardened. And that's how you do a strong female character.
Yeah. And what I want to compare to is from Halloween from 2018.
Yeah.
Laurie is like she's this strong, independent woman. They got that wrong. They wrong. They got that right. That's comparing to yes, that's all right. Then like Laurie's conversations aren't forced. They aren't fucking shit out to be feminist.
Yeah.
What Sarah Connor's lines are and the other main characters are, they are forced. They're shit out to be feminists.
Yeah.
Which is wrong.
The biggest problem I got with the movie were the dialogue. It just felt constipated at times. And the two new main characters, Danny and Grace, I thought the actresses did a good job. I'm not, putting it on them. I'm putting it on James Cameron and the other screenplay writers.
Like they were handed bad characters.
No, the characters were poorly written.
Yeah,
at least in my opinion.
Honestly, like,
but like Angel mentioned, I thought the action was fucking awesome in this movie. It was, and the new Terminator, but what was his name? Gabriel Luna, I think the guy's name is, who portrayed the new Terminator, the Rev 9 Terminator.
He did a really
He
good
was
job.
Fucking awesome. It was like a combination between the new Terminator in Terminator Genesis and the T-1000 from Terminator 2. I really liked that, and you can't hold Arnie down. He's Arnie,
no.
And it was awesome to see him as the Terminator again. And to be honest, he could sit on the fucking toilet for 2 hours and taking a shit as the Terminator, and I would go and watch it at the cinema.
Honestly, like I was gonna say, like seeing Arnie in action is great, And like, no matter that he's his mid-60s now,
I think he's pushing
still,
70s. He's
still
70s.
amazing. Jesus Christ.
I like that big gentle giant.
Well, he is actually pretty short.
Well,
He
he's
is.
still a unit.
Yeah, well, he's a what's it called? Shit house, brick house? No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
brick shit house or whatever. But anyway,
People can-
which Terminator movie is your favorite? Yeah,
It's gotta be the first one.
yeah, same. I love the first Terminator.
Oh, I was wrong. He's actually taller than both me and Joseph. Let's see.
Yeah, he's a behemoth.
5. I'm 5'7", so he gotta be 5'9", 6 somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like he's great, and I love
The,
his deliveries.
the thing with the thing with Arnie is that he seems so genuine. He's just
He does.
he's he seems
Yeah.
like a good guy, even in real life.
Yeah, he seems like a very good guy. I follow him on both Instagram and Snapchat,
Yeah.
and he's doing all these like major fitness tours with. They have some kind of names like Arnie something, and it's just like the way he acts with people, and he's so happy all the time, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, and someone legit drop kicked him in the back. He thought someone pushed him and was genuinely worried for the person.
Yeah. Yeah. That says something about him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the first Terminator, we might cover that because there are some horror leanings in it. If you think about it, it basically is a slasher movie, but with a, action sort of angle.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, James Cameron were going for the slasher type of movie, but it turned out into a full-out action movie. But you can see the inspirations from the slasher genre. Well, we might cover that at some point.
I gladly rewatch it. I mean, a naked artist. Woo, sweats. Anyways, moving on to whatever.
Yeah. We're getting stuck here.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about Joseph's movies yet.
Yeah.
And you take time.
What else have you watched?
So I realized that hey, I can download shit from Netflix while on the bus. I was going to a doctor's appointment 6 hours away, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch the movies. So I picked 2 favorites. Scream.
Ooh.
It was so good to rewatch it. I tried watching Scary Movie, the one that parodises Scream. And it's just like, I can't watch that shit anymore. It's so fucking boring. But Scream, holy shit, was so good to rewatch it.
Yeah. I rewatched the first 3, and I watched the fourth one 2 times in a row a couple of months back, and I watched the first 2 seasons of the Scream TV series. I haven't gotten around to watch the third one yet.
Yeah, same here.
But it was really fucking good to rewatch them. For some reason, I had built up this thought that I didn't like the Scream movies for some reason, but when I rewatched them, I was like, "What the fuck was I thinking?" The only one I have a little, I have a hard time getting through that. It's the third Scream movie. I actually loved the fourth one. It was so much fun.
Yeah, if I remember right, I thought it was, I think the difference, like, that I liked the first 3 and I had a hard time watching the fourth one. But I watched it last time about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I don't have the fresh memory of it. But yes, I recommend, if you haven't watched Scream, you should watch it. It's fucking great.
Yeah. It's a must see for horror fans. It's a milestone in the horror genre. Zombie, have you seen the Scream movies?
No, I've only seen the parody of the.
Yeah, it's a scary movie.
movies. Yeah, and all I know about Scream is that Shaggy is in the first one, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Entirely
He
wrong.
is. I can't remember what the actor's real name is, but he is.
Same. All I know is that he's Shaggy.
Yeah, he's Shaggy in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah.
So
So
and
add
the
that
other
to the
mo-
list of movies.
The other movie I watched was an all-time favorite too, Hellboy from 1997, I think, or 1999. It's the old one.
With
With
Rob
Ron
Perlman.
Perlman.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched that one and the sequel 10 years ago or something at a friend's house. He had a I don't know what it's called in English, but a home type of cinema. So
A home theater.
yeah, a home theater. And he had these, the speakers and the basses are used at like discotheques and.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when we were watching those movies, the sofa I was lying in, it was during the action scenes, it basically was jumping. It was it was a real nice watch.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. I remember watching Hellboy for the first time back in. God, it's over 10 years ago. We were
Yo.
living on a different address, and it was late. It was so good and scary and holy shit. And I've rewatched it so many times, and it's still so fucking good.
I really need to rewatch those movies. I remember I liked them.
The first one I really, really, really like. I don't remember about the second one. I still have to rewatch it yet again. It was a while ago since I watched the second one. And then the last one I've watched is The Lazarus Effect. It's about a team of what's it called? Not really doctors, but it's a combination of medical students and what's it called? I can't remember for the life of me. Well, they're trying to find a way to prolong the process between that you die, like you go from coma to death, but you want to prolong it so that you have a bigger it's a bigger time span on being able to resurrect the body and come back
Without brain damage and.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a horror movie, so you know that everything is gonna go to fucking hell.
Yeah.
Basically creating zombies.
That's pretty taken.
No, not creating zombies. Mm-mm. They create something else.
Ah.
I don't recommend watching this one. At first I thought like, oh yeah, this is a good time killer. No, it's actually pretty fucking boring. It's not a lot of things that happens.
It's a slow burner, though.
It's really fucking slow, and in the last 15 minutes, all the action happens.
It's one of those movies that I would basically barf on. Then. Was that the last one you?
Yeah, that was my last one because I've gone over way too much. I mean, I've been talking about my recent scenes for 25 minutes. So we're changing roles here, Joseph.
Yeah, we already talked about the Terminator movies, and I was thinking that I was gonna mention that I've watched them. I watched all of the 5 first movies, but you know, they're action movies, so it doesn't really belong in the pod. But you know, what else have I watched? I finished up the 2nd season of Fear the Walking Dead. It's a lot more action packed than the 1st season, and I still like the series, but I can see that if you know, if people can find it annoying, basically, and I know that a lot of people are, you know, getting pretty tired of the whole The Walking Dead franchise in itself, because we've gotten basically oversaturated by it for the past 10 years. And I've started to watch the 9th season of the regular The Walking Dead. And I still like it, but there has been things happening in the series that I'm starting to get a bit annoyed, because they drag out on the events in the series, and they don't answer what happens to certain characters and things. So it's good, but it's a bit annoying, and they've implanted something now that I'm looking forward to see where they are gonna go with. And like I said at the start of the episode, I've watched more things than this, but I can't remember what I've been watching. I think it's time that we roll the trailer then. Or do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Besides that, I've picked up legit last night and watched 2 episodes of Stranger Things, the 1st season. Not really.
Okay, well, what do you think about...
The first 2 episodes are pretty okay. I actually realized that the actor that plays... I think it's the same actor. I have to actually look. I think it's the guy that kind of looks like Kevin Bacon in the new It.
I know that one of the kids in the first It movie is in Stranger Things. Well, both of them.
Yeah, I have to actually look. What's his name? Henry Bowers, that's his name. He looks like Kevin Bacon. Wait, it might be some... I know I've seen his face. I just have to remember where. You can roll the trailer while I look.
Okay. Alright. So here is the trailer for Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
You don't really know much about Halloween. Halloween. The barriers will be down between the real and the unreal. And the dead might be looking in. The last great one took place 3,000 years ago when the hills ran red. Halloween, the children.
You happen to know anything about this Cochran?
All I can tell you, mister, is watch out. He's watching you, friend, I guarantee you that.
Trick or treat, trick or treat.
Hey, Mr. Cochran, just what is the final process?
Fellas, I was just kidding.
Witchcraft. To us, it was a way of controlling our environment.
Hey!
Where are they taking her?
They're taking her to the factory.
I want a mask. Can I have a mask?
Just what I had in mind for you, little buddy. Why, Cochran? Why? Do I need a reason?
I've got nothing here to indicate there was ever a body at all.
Operator, this is an emergency.
I do love a good joke, and this is the best ever. A joke on the children. I'm glad you'll be able to watch it.
You've got to believe me.
They're going to kill us. All of us.
Stop it.
The world's going to change tonight, Doctor. Happy Halloween.
Stop it!
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the night no one comes home.
Daniel Chalice, a doctor in a Northern California hospital, treats a scared old man named Harry Grimbridge, who screams, "They are going to kill us," while clutching a Halloween mask from the #1 best-selling Silver Shamrock Mask Company. Later that night, Daniel gets shocked when Harry is murdered in his hospital bed and the killer walks calmly to a car and blows himself up. His curiosity is piqued when Harry's daughter Ellie arrives and tells Daniel that Harry was scared ever since he tried looking into the origins of the masks, since no orders from them are being taken for the following year. Daniel and Ellie go to Santa Mira, the home of Silver Shamrock, to uncover what happened, and soon discovers a dark plot that could result in millions of deaths and make this Halloween the night no one comes home. Okay, Zombie, do you want to go first?
Sure, why not? This movie. I'm just gonna say, I'm disappointed. I'm mad. I'm feeling a lot of feelings.
Okay.
Because with the title, like Halloween 3, for it being known for Michael Myers and all that, what the fuck is going on?
I got an explanation for you.
Thank you. Please.
The thing was that you have seen the first two Halloween movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the end of the second one, and if you as a listener haven't seen the two first Halloween movies, why are you listening to this? Because this is a big spoiler. Michael Myers get burned to death in the second one at the end.
That I remember.
Yeah. And the idea with Halloween 3 were that they were supposed to make a new story for each new Halloween installment. So they wanted to make the Halloween franchise into a anthology type of movie series. But with Halloween 3 being the movie that didn't have Michael Myers in it, people were like, where is Michael? So the movie got a pretty bad reputation, and people started to hate it because Michael Myers wasn't in it. They wanted Michael Myers. And this was during the slasher boom as well. So if they had waited for like 6 or 7 years before they made this movie, I think it would have been received better.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why Halloween 3 doesn't have Michael Myers. You know, they wanted to make Halloween 2 the last movie about Michael. They wanted...
Yeah.
You know, the Halloween 2 was supposed to be the end of the Myers story, basically.
Mm.
Yeah, and we all know how that went.
Yeah. It just feels... You had the two first movies, even if it died in the second one. At that point, Michael Myers is like... And he was even in the first one, the central part. Because I think whatever characters you add to it, the killer is always the central part of a horror movie. And changing it up like this was a stupid move, in my opinion, because of how well known the movie is. I don't know how well it was known when this one came out, but
The first two Halloween movies were pretty big back in the day. I think
Yeah.
Halloween 2 were the highest grossing horror movie of that year, or if it was the highest grossing slasher movie of 1981.
Yeah, and it just felt wrong, and it didn't feel like you watched a Halloween movie from the franchise at all. I think it maybe would have been fine if you just removed it from the franchise and put it on under a different title, but going in with the mindset of it being a Halloween, the third movie, nah, fam, nah. And personally, this was not a movie for me. It was boring. I felt no horror at all. I don't even think it was like in the horror genre at all, which even if they had deaths and whatnot, I was so bored. I felt nothing for this movie. No, thank you.
So you could say you're pissed off then.
Yeah. That plus the jingle fucking sucked, and every time it went on, I got mad. It felt like a Christmas jingle, if anything. I wanted to punch that TV so fast.
Why? It's a good jingle.
No, it's not.
Hey.
It's really not.
Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
Go fuck yourself!
I'm so mad.
But what did you think about Tom Atkins then?
Tom what now?
Tom Atkins, the lead guy. The guy with the mustache.
He was fine, I think. He did his part well, and as a central piece of the movie, he wasn't bad. But I don't think he was able to save the movie, but he was fine. It was just the woohoo part of the movie was really awkward, in my opinion.
The woohoo?
I'm not gonna say that word.
Oh, I guess he means the sex part.
Oh. Okay. Woohoo.
I'm talking.
Okay, yeah.
Alright. Rude.
I'm talking Sims, because that's the only thing. I had a brain fart, and woohoo was the only word I had.
You could just say the fucking scenes.
Well, if we're talking about that, then you can talk about any scene.
Like
the honka-donka scenes.
The whole scene.
Oh god, I'm fucking talking about children.
And that scene just made it very awkward and made me feel confusing feelings about the characters. Because he felt like he could be her dad.
Yeah, that scene is kinda out of place, sort of.
Yeah, because it feels like they had no such relationship until it came out of nowhere.
Mm.
Yeah, she looked like she was around 20, 25, and he was like pushing 50 or something.
Yeah, and he even had to ask if she was of legal age. That felt even more, nah fam. Why? So yeah, this was not my movie.
Okay, so you didn't like it then?
I wouldn't say I did.
That's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
What rating would you give it then?
Like, I'm thinking 4 or 3, but I would say 4 out of 10 for now, because it's like, if you just hadn't had it under the Halloween franchise, it would have maybe been received better.
If the movie had the title Season of the Witch instead, just remove Halloween 3 and just put in Season of the Witch, would the movie been better for you personally?
Yes, because of how horror specific the franchise is otherwise, other than this specific movie. From like the first two I've seen.
Yeah.
Because then, sure, it wouldn't have made me less bored of the movie, but it would have gotten like a different reaction, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't have expected Michael Myers to come out of
Pop
the blue.
out. Yeah, and they had explained it like, wait, he's not only bullet resistant, he's fire resistant too. And I would have been like, fine, do you, fam.
Well, people had to wait 6 more years before Michael was back, so...
Yeah.
But okay, Angel, what did you think about Halloween 3?
Sucks fucking donkey dick.
Okay.
So,
that was a glowing review.
First of all, I finally found where the fuck I've seen this guy's fucking face from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
He's in the movie Shut In from 2016 about a widowed child psychiatrist who lives isolated with in rural New England, and she's pretty much like she takes care of her quote unquote crippled son. That is, yeah. And I knew I've seen this guy's face before. He has a very recognizable face. So it took me a little while to find it, but I fucking found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, if it wouldn't have been titled Halloween 3, it would have been a better movie. Yes, he looks like he could be her fucking dad. I shouldn't say anything. Because of who I've dated and how he looked at his age.
I blame the mustache.
Yeah. But he wouldn't look as good without his stash, honestly.
Add a beard then.
Well, the stash is Tom Atkins' what's it called?
Natural feature.
Natural feature.
Isn't it like his fucking trade?
Yeah, exactly. It's his trademark. You know, he were in John Carpenter's The Fog and Fred Decker's Night of the Creeps, and
I guess
he was also in a movie you guys reviewed on a minisode. Do you guys know which one?
No.
No, it's not clicking at the moment.
Creepshow.
Oh, yeah.
He plays the father in the wraparound segment.
He is in the remake of My Bloody Valentine too.
He plays the the retired sheriff in a remake of My Bloody Valentine.
I'm looking at him now. He is 83.
Yeah.
He looks. His looks hasn't really faded too much.
Yeah.
He looks like a very nice granddad.
Yeah.
It's like.
And Tom Atkins, I've seen a couple of interviews with him and what's it called? Convention things, you know, when he's up on the stage. And Tom Atkins seems like a really genuine guy as well, like you know, a good guy in real life as well.
Yeah. He looks so like he looks so naked without the stash.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. His stash is his trademark, you know. As soon as you see that stash, you're like, that's Tom Atkins.
He looks like a nice grandpa.
Yeah, it's like without the stash, I don't know. He just
He loses his
I
sense
love
of
that
self.
we're discussing Tom Atkins' mustache.
Discourse.
This is when I'll add into the tweet about him what's it called? Like I add in at Tom Atkins, so you can listen to us talking about his stash.
Yeah, you do that. But yeah, your thoughts about Halloween 3? You didn't like it.
I don't like it at all. I think it's boring. The theme song sucks fucking dick. The acting is fucking boring. Tom Atkins just wants to sleep with every lady on the scene. It's like, oh, it's like he has a scene with a woman. Why am I not sleeping with her yet?
Yeah.
That's what I get out of it. It's like, ugh. I don't know. I just fucking like it. It's boring, and it doesn't have enough Michael Myers.
Well, he technically is in Halloween 3.
Yeah, right. He was in that one TV screen as
the trailer for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a clip from Halloween when Laurie is running between the houses and tries to get help from the first Halloween. That clip is in Halloween 3 as well.
Yeah. So, yes, but actually no, kind of deal.
It doesn't have enough.
Michael Myers is doing a cameo in his own franchise.
Doing cameos in his own fucking movie.
Yeah. But I found it boring, and this is like when I think Halloween, I think Michael Myers. I don't think some half-assed. I don't know what to call it. But
I think it's a cult.
Yeah, something like that. If it would just been called Season of the Witch, had nothing to do with Halloween, I would most likely have enjoyed it a little bit, but as long as it says Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, it's just like, up your ass. The only good thing about the movie, I have to say, is the child actor. It's like, my bike! And it's just like fucks up somewhere and just flips everyone off. That's like the only good thing in this movie.
Jesus Christ, my brain is malfunctioning. What kid?
Like when they get to
yeah, I remember now. Jesus, yeah, that's a pretty funny scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all he cares about is his fucking bike. It's like, is it okay? And he barely looks at it, he just takes it and he just fucks off.
It would have been funny if it like broke mid finger flip words.
Yeah. Falling on his face, it's like...
That would have been hilarious. But yeah, what rating would you give it?
Barely a 2 out of 10.
Okay, so I guess I'm the one who's gonna defend this movie then.
Ah, shit, dude.
Okay, so we suddenly lost Joseph. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but
I had a sneaking suspicion of this, considering your reaction to our reaction. Like,
we lost him. He's not a part of the podcast anymore. Thank you, good people. Goodbye.
Wow.
Shunned by the family.
Okay. Oh well. Okay. First off, I saw this one for the first time when I was 9 or 10. I think I can't remember if I had seen Halloween 6 and 4 before this. I guess I had, because I was like you guys, I was expecting Michael Myers and a slasher movie, even though I didn't even know what a slasher movie was back then. So
Yeah, Joseph was just but a wee child back then.
yeah, well, just when I got out of the diapers. But yeah, I hated this movie when I was a kid, and it took me. It took me almost 10 years before I rewatched it. And I was pretty surprised how violent it was at times. But I guess the VHS tape I saw the movie on for the first time was heavily cut. Because a couple of the death scenes in this movie are pretty gruesome, like the nose crushing scene. That's pretty violent, and the head ripping scene and laser to the face. And the laser to the face scene is probably my favorite death scene in this movie. It's so fucking grotesque.
Wait, there are other death scenes besides that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta admit, I do like that scene because of how they made the face look after.
Yeah, it's really
the
grotesque.
makeup is
and then
good.
there's like some insects crawling out of her mouth. I think it was. It's.
Yeah, I think it was.
But I never understood the reason why she started to pick the ship. Did you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys understand why she?
Human curiosity, I guess. I don't know. She was bored.
Yes, what now?
She started to pick the ship, and it's like it just comes from nowhere. You're like, oh, a ship, let's pick it. And I've never understood why she do it.
Yeah, that's human curiosity. Yeah, at its finest.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like she's there to complain about said thing, and then you see something you haven't seen before. And to be honest, I would have done the same shit because I'm just curious like that, and I would have tried to get it loose because shits and giggles. So I would have died the same way. Stupid, but true.
Okay, so alright.
Not gonna lie, same.
Joseph B.
I'm surrounded by morons.
Yeah, like,
dude,
why would you do that?
You would do the exact fucking same thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. No, wait, you're too lazy to do shit.
No, I
like
wouldn't, because I've seen this movie.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, it has grown on me over the years, and it's so...
We'll come back to it in 10 years. See what we think.
Yeah, and it's sort of like with A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 for me. That was a movie I also hated when I was a kid, but it has grown on me over the years, and nowadays I think it's one of the best in the franchise, to be honest. But yeah, Halloween 3, it's far from perfect, of course. At the same time, I think it's a very well-made and underrated 80s flick, which suffers from its title, like we already talked about.
Yeah. And like, it's not necessarily a really bad movie. It's as I said, suffers from the title, and I personally don't like it, but that doesn't take away that like people like you like it.
Yeah, but it's just the whole movie just screams 80s, and that's the thing I like with it. And I've always been a fan, or at least for the past 15 years, I've been a fan of Tom Atkins. I love him in Night of the Creeps, and that's a movie we need to review. That's one of the best zombie movies of the 80s.
We'll come to it.
Yeah, we will. And Halloween 3, you know, it isn't scary in the slightest, but I think it's overall entertaining and fun in all of its ridiculousness. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and you will probably hang me for this, but I actually prefer this one over most of the later sequels in the Halloween franchise.
So we lost Josef.
Well, in all fairness, I haven't seen the other ones, so I can't lynch you for that until I've seen them. So we'll just wait and see.
Zombie, I'm lynching him. Just
Okay.
join the mob.
I can see from the sideshow you can do all the work.
Yeah.
But the thing with Halloween 3, I just think it's a fun little side type of movie. Well, you know, I think it's just overall entertaining and really fun. For example, the scene when Tom Atkins escapes, I just think that whole scene is just hilarious. He kicks the TV, which has glass that's pretty thick, like it's nothing. Yeah. And then he throws the mask on the camera while he's strapped to the chair. He throws the mask on the camera flawlessly on the first try, and no one notices anything. It's you know, it's just ridiculous, but it's hilarious at the same time.
And then, like, the way he defeats, like, the robot and the main evil guy. Like, just
Cockroach.
throwing all the ships. Like, I don't really know how that works. I know how the logic behind it, but out of nowhere,
the last
Stonehenge kill him.
Yeah, the last quote unquote fight, or the death quote unquote of Cochrane, is also ridiculous. You know, he gets struck by an optic laser, smiles, and falls into the Stonehenge stone, and then everything just explodes. I mean, what the fuck?
Like,
it's called
if
logic.
If they just remove that and just, like, maybe put it in the genre of, like, mystery, because that's what it felt like most of the time, because they tried to unravel this Shamrock big company and its mysteries, because it felt like that combined with, like, a few drops of horror which they placed on the violent side of the movie. So yeah, it didn't have a bad concept to it.
It's just the biggest problem for you guys is, like we said about 20 times already, is the title and that Michael isn't in it.
That and the fucking jingle. That's the jingle.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Zombie. The jingle is awesome. Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
Go fuck yourself. So something that just like he beats the shit out of someone and like punches him in the gut, and all of a sudden this yellow thing starts pouring out.
Yeah, I think that was some sort of oil or something.
Yeah, and if he's like, I see a correlation between that and a movie called Phantasm from 1979. This is probably a movie we will cover.
Yeah, that's a franchise. I've never seen any of those.
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Okay.
I binged through them. I don't know where I found them, but I was like, since I did that 600 movies in 6 months, I had to fill out the movie list. And amongst things, I found Phantasm, and it was at least like 5 movies.
Yeah.
And in Phantasm, at a scene, they also have this yellowish gunk coming out of someone. So I see the correlation, and they're pretty close in when the movies were released, like 79 and 83.
82.
This says 83 here.
Isn't it from 82?
No.
Okay,
either way.
I'm an idiot then.
Either way.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever, it's from the 80s. Early 80s.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it just reminded me of like the inside of your stomach, so I was just grossed out by that.
I didn't know that you bled jello guck.
I meant like when you threw up so much that you have nothing but yellow shit coming out of your mouth and stomach.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I got a question for you guys before I give the rating. What do you think about the ending when Tom Atkins looking? He's on the phone and he's just shouting, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!" And then he's looking straight into the camera and shouts, "Stop it!" And then the eerie John Carpenter synthesizer music comes on. What do you think about that?
I kind of like it because it's like he tried so hard to stop this, yet he failed.
Tried so hard and got so far. That's in the end, it doesn't even match.
And like,
wow, the Linkin Park reference.
Yeah, and like, you know what will happen. You don't need to see it, and it just like the way it cuts off, like you know it will happen.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I love the ending of this movie. I just think it's perfect, and it's really ominous and eerie. And the ending is open-ended. You don't know if they manage to stop it or not. It just ends, and the Carpenter synthesizer music is just perfect.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, Angel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't really care less about the movie, if I'm gonna be honest.
Well, considering you fell asleep watching it the first, like,
30
time
minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell
That's pretty
asleep
telling.
in the first 30 minutes because I'm exhausted and tired all the fucking time. And the movie's pretty fucking boring.
I agree to disagree.
And I agree
No, I can't. There was something I was thinking about. Oh yeah, his kids had the masks as well.
Yeah. And his wife, or his ex-wife, told him to go fuck himself when he tried to tell her to take them off.
Yeah.
Like, she seemed so calm when you saw her, like, on the screen, and the moment you heard her on the phone, you felt like a completely different person because she started, like, go off and yell.
Yeah.
Like, that, I guess that's the way it is in real life too, but it felt like she went like, yeah, to go fuck yourself, motherfucker.
Okay, so my rating will be 8 out of 10.
Fair. Combine that with Angel's 2 out of 10, you got a 10 out of 10.
And with yours it will be 13 or 14
you
out of 10.
You can go fuck yourself. Like, fuck off. Fuck right off. You're both fucking trash.
So, with our 3 combined scores, this movie got a 14 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry guys, but we lost both Zombie and Joseph. I'm not sure what's happening here. Technical difficulties.
Just like in the movie.
I hate you both so fucking much. Jesus.
Love you.
Okay, I haven't picked out any background really because this is a Halloween movie and there are a shit ton of information out there and it's very well known. The only thing I haven't touched upon, which I wanted to touch upon, was that John Carpenter and Deborah Hill produced the movie, and they worked together a lot during the 80s late 70s and during the 80s. I don't know if they worked during the 90s. Deborah Hill sadly passed away in 2005 from cancer. And the guy who played Cochran passed away in 2005 as well, from natural causes. And there were a third person who had passed away in 2005 as well, who were working on this movie.
That's not a good sign at all.
See? The movie fucking sucks and it kills people.
No, it doesn't. And the director, Tommy Lee Wallace, wrote the script together with John Carpenter and Nigel Neely. I think you pronounce his last name. And you guys have reviewed something he directed 8 years later on a minisode.
Apparently we have done
And
much
we're
that I remember.
supposed to fucking remember this?
Yes.
Last minisode is over 6 months ago.
No. Last minisode was the It minisode.
Shut the fuck up! I barely fucking remember what I did yesterday, okay?
Excluding that one. It's half a year ago.
Yeah. Well, he directed the It miniseries.
Okay.
Mm.
Again, I barely remember
Okay.
that we recovered.
We recovered the It series because it totally needed reviving, and we did it.
Exactly.
We did it, Reddit.
Reddit, you proud of us yet?
But yeah, do you guys have any last thoughts about the movie before we round things up?
This is
I guess none of you have any background. That's why I'm asking.
Fuck no.
Nope.
Wait, I have something. Baby shark, baby shark.
Now you can go and fuck
Happy
yourself.
Halloween.
Baby shark is better, fuck you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Speaking of the Happy Halloween commercial jingle, that's the song we're gonna play out with this episode.
Poor people is actually gonna sit through the
Poor people who's gonna sit through this episode.
Poor Atkins going through this episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, to hear us talk about his stash. Oh god.
But yeah, like I said, do you have any last thoughts before we round things up?
Next movie, perhaps?
Oh yeah, the next pick is yours, Angel.
Yeah, I know.
Have you?
I've been thinking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I can't really, like, it's so many good movies out there and so many shitty movies out there. It's just like, holy shit.
That doesn't sound promising.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna take something like my Christmas pick last year.
Oh god, no.
I'm scared.
So I kind of had I was thinking about 3 different movies, and I don't know, and it's just like, okay, so we're gonna do a double feature. We're gonna watch Unfriended from 2014 and Unfriended Dark Web from 2018.
Unfriended and Unfriended Dark Web will be the next pick then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. And we are, like I said, playing out with the Silver Shamrock commercial jingle from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So we might as well say goodbye to the good folks.
Goodbye, good people, and happy Halloween.
Yeah, goodbye, good people.
Happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's almost
almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the Horathon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.